I'm with yet another amazing organization, VMware. I'm here with Mr. Osama Eldeeb, the Senior Director of VMware. Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to talk to you today. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you. All is good.
And how the GITEX has been so far? This is our second day and we are just rolling. How do you feel? Like, I see that, people are talking about it. It is way better than the earlier times as well, even the pre-pandemic era. What's your feedback on that?
It's very exciting to be here because you can imagine people are hungry to be here. People are hungry to meet each other and see each other one more time. Last year, GITEX was there, but was not as busy. It was very quiet. Not a lot of people were here. I think after the pandemic and after what people went through, people are hungry to come back and see each other in person, not on Zoom, not on Teams. They want to get back to seeing each other in person.
Perfect. That's wonderful. So, from the technology side, how do you see the business growing? What are your strategies that you're putting up this year and the year to come, like in 2022, the last quarter and the 2022? How you're seeing that, what sort of technological, from the technology side as well as from the business side? What is your strategy to go to market and how you are, working with the channel partners? So where exactly, which sort of areas that you take care of and as a company where VMware is heading to?
Absolutely. So two areas that I can think of. Now, one side, I'll start with the partners because that's the easy part, so to speak. Now, for partners, as we are transforming, there is a massive opportunity. One, to provide services to the customer and differentiation. And in the process, there is a potential to be able to make more money in terms of services they do, in terms of added services they can do. And that takes me to the first part of your question, which is the transformation that we're seeing as well. Now, if the pandemic did anything, it helped accelerate big time the idea of the distributed workforce. Now, distributed workforce is different from remote workers. We've always had remote workers for years and years. But there's a paradigm shift from having just remote workers or few people working remotely, or when you have a truly distributed workforce. And that requires that the companies take a paradigm shift and a different approach to how they approach the idea of distributed workforce. That's one. Number two, they need to have the technology that can allow them to do that. Now, the difficult equation is that if you can think of a triangle, this triangle has got the ease of use and accessibility, it has the control, and it has the cost. Now, the dilemma that companies had, which is if you want to have flexibility, you're going to have less control, less cost naturally, but if you want to have more control, you're going to have less flexibility and more cost, and it becomes a dilemma for the companies. Now, what VMware is able to do is to have security as an intrinsic part of every single technology that we have out there. And that brings the difficult equation that instead of it's either control or security, it's actually control and security and ease of use at the same time with a reasonable price at the end. And that can only happen when you have it as an integral part of the solution and architecture. What we've seen as part of the pandemic that many companies were racing to work from home. We've seen many companies having to buy consumer notebooks to use them for business because there was no notebooks were available out there. Now, with this move, you have a lack of security because naturally these notebooks are not as secure. Now, how can you do transformation to your systems in a very quick manner so that you're not wasting time and you're not vulnerable? This is where the area where VMware was able to help many of our customers.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. As you handle the partner business, the channel partners, so what is your message for the channel partners and the SIs and the other people to look at VMware as the potential company to work with and to be part of?
If you want to be different, you want to have the chance to make money and help your customers at the same time, now is the time to do the transformation. Now, there is a saying, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So you put a lot of effort and the effort would pay back, so do it before everybody else does.
That's wonderful. Any last comments that you would like to give to our people, those are watching this video?
The world is transforming and it will continue to transform. So be on the wagon or miss out.
Thank you so much for this amazing time. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks a lot.